Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Signature Moves. I'm on camera today because YouTube is a very different place than it was when we started 4 years ago. Today we'll be covering Luka Doncic. We'll set the baseline by looking at his stats. With a career average of 24 points per game and averaging 29 points per game this season as a sophomore, I don't need to tell you how crazy it is for a 20-year-old to be averaging these kinds of numbers. He's been a pro since he was 16 and has shown a penchant for big games and even bigger shots. But what makes him so special? He has a player efficiency rating of 29.2, which is second in the NBA, and an assist percentage of 46.4, which is good for third. He's got 5.4 win shares, which is also third overall, and he is number 1 in the NBA in plus minus and value over replacement. Obviously, Luka is an offensive force, but in the next section, we're going to look at how he powers the Mavericks offense so effectively. First, let's take a look at how the Mavs get Luka into his spots. Pick and roll is the play of choice, and they especially like doing it on delayed fast breaks, allowing them to control the pace, but not play out of control. The Mavericks are in the 100th percentile of this play, converting 46% of the time. They do this because they have an elite quarterback in Luka Doncic and a couple of tight ends who are dual threats to pop out for three or roll to the basket for an alley-oop. Luka's favorite spots are on the wings and on the right block. Due to his strength and physicality, he is extremely comfortable down low. He doesn't use superior speed or quickness to get there. He uses spacing, strength, and hesitation moves to get there. He's most comfortable going right, and he actually struggled a little bit earlier this season driving left, but he's improved a lot on that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Alright, now when he goes right off of the pick and roll, he wants to get all the way down to the right block. He's adept at finishing or drawing a foul.
Right block drive. He likes to use a crossover or a pick and roll to beat his man, but where he excels is attacking the help defense. In this play, we see him using a pump fake to beat his man, and look at how he uses his strength and size to avoid being blocked. Instead of trying to create separation, he wants to create contact. This keeps the defender off balance and doesn't allow for the space needed to get a block without fouling. He is more comfortable on this part of the floor than most any guard that I've seen. Look at this play where he bumps the big just before going up for the layup. And here we see a move made famous by Pete Maravich. The timing of the shot blocker is thrown just slightly off by a quick two-step gather. On this pick and roll, we see how Luka attacks the big who is sagging off. He takes advantage of the space and uses it to go around and gain the positioning he needs to score. Another way Luka utilizes the righty drive is with his passing ability. His size allows him to see the help and pick it apart. This is one of the ways the Mavs like to get the all-important corner threes.
After getting beaten by this a couple times, the defenders will do whatever they can to force him left. When going left, he has less options that he's comfortable with, but he's still dangerous nonetheless. His favorite is his next signature move, the step back jumper.
This is a move he relies on pretty heavily. On this play, we see the defender pushing him left and giving him some space since it's a big who doesn't want to get beat to the basket. So Luka does a couple of dribbles and does a step back into that open space. And here's another play where he's paired up with a big off of a pick and roll switch, and he has extra room, so he does a step back and clears out to the three-point line for that open three. On this play, we see Luka's defender getting caught trying to go under the screen, and the big doesn't step out, so Luka steps back and has a wide open three. The reason that the step back is so natural dribbling left, and you'll see a lot of righty players doing this, is because the left-handed dribble sets a player up well into their shooting pocket and allows them to stay on balance. Now let's talk a little bit about what happens when he does drive left. If the defender stays glued to his hip like they're supposed to, then he has no way to do a step back without having a defender in his face. So he has to do another option. This is where his craftiness comes in. Since he's not super comfortable all the time going left, what he likes to do is get to his spots and then do a move or cross over back to the right. Another good option for him is to pass out once the defense collapses to cover his drive. When you do see him go up, like on this play, it does look a little bit awkward. I think this will be one area he improves a lot as he moves forward in his career.
Now they're forced to play him straight up.
Now, since the defender has no idea what he's doing and has to play him straight up like this, you'll see him do a crossover into his step back. Crossover starts by him selling a drive. That makes the defender slide to cut off his basket drive. Then a smooth crossover puts the ball back into his shooting pocket and allows him to rise and hit the three. Sometimes they'll also mix in an extra step to gain some more space. You know he's feeling it when he starts hitting this shot.
He has a few other methods of generating offense as well that I just wanted to cover real quick. Post up. Luka has proven effective in his limited post ups. The Mavericks are second to last in post ups in the league, but Luka is actually in the 86th percentile of this play type, converting on 1.06 points per possession. He has a plethora of up and unders, turnarounds, and pump fakes that he uses. Floor vision. Luka assists on 46.4% of the Mavs field goals. Only LeBron and Trae Young have a higher assist percentage. Peripheral vision, strength, confidence are keys to his success here. As an MVP contender, Luka has dominated this season, breaking records and winning games. If he can keep improving and stay consistent on both ends, he could be an all-time great. With a plethora of moves, great floor vision, and the size and strength to dominate at his position, he has all the tools to get there. I think he's still lacking in experience, and he's got a few holes in his game to shore up. But he's got plenty of time to do that. We'll be keeping a close eye on him moving forward for sure. Now it's time for the post-game interview. Who was better at 20, Luka or LeBron? Here's their stats for comparison. Don't forget that the NBA was actually a slower game when LeBron was 20 than it is now. Vote in the poll and comment below to leave your answer. This video is dedicated to Kobe Bryant and his daughter, as well as all those who were in the tragic helicopter crash. Kobe was one of the greatest of all time and won't soon be forgotten. Thanks for watching, and special thanks to all those who've been watching for the last 4 years. I don't always come out with videos frequently, but I hope you enjoyed the effort put in. I'm actually working on a couple more videos for this month, so stick around for more DOS real soon. Thanks guys.